Big fucker right there. He's working his heart out. Let's hear it for everybody else that you see. My good friend Mary Kelly. Woo! My other good friend, I want to say Bob. Mark Knudsen. Good friend. And they are all advertising there. They're all donating their time, which is greatly appreciated. I am selling shirts myself. Can you see it? No. It says, that's a picture of moi with my incredible hero brother, Dave Rutman, who passed away in September. That's why you're here. So you could clap. I don't even see a negative clap. I'm not really selling. This is mine. But I just want you to be aware of all of that. And I want to thank you all for coming out tonight in this lovely Minnesota weather. I don't know. We live in Arizona now, and it is freaking cold here. And tonight, the wind was like 50 miles an hour. I didn't need to drive my car here. I could have been blown here. Well, I don't mean blown here in that sense. But we are here and happy to be here. I grew up in Minnesota, and it's all good. I'm an old guy. Thank you for that. When I pause, you don't have to clap every time. But I am an old guy. I'm in my late 40s. Would you believe late 50s? I am. I'm 50-19. So that's 69 years old. Today is my birthday. Thank you. Thank you! 69. Anybody else celebrating anything? Okay, you're a really...
celebrating your Happy Meal.
Celebrating my Happy Meal? Just blur out any incoherent shit at any time. I'll try to interpret for you. Who said that? Is that one of Mary Kelly's friends? They're back there. This is kind of cool because most of you who know me, and how many of you are here on purpose? Anybody? Not everybody. Most of you who know me are in my age bracket. I'm, like I said, 69, and a lot of you back there, all the smart people, the youngsters, sat in the back. So Mary Kelly, you introduced me to your daughter and your son, is that correct? Okay.
Your friend, yep.
Okay, so your son, how old is he?
32.
Okay, 32. It's so bizarre because I actually have a 32-year-old hemorrhoid that's starting to act up just a little bit. One of you up here in front could scratch it for me, that would be great. You guys look like you're waiting for a bus or up front here. You can't see these people, but these are the VIP seats. And so now, are you married, Mary Kelly's son? No. No? And is your daughter married, Mary Kelly?
No, she's not.
She's not here. So why the fuck am I talking about her? I don't know. But so your daughter, what's her name?
Katie.
Huh?
Katie.
How old? I shouldn't ask a woman her age. How much do you weigh, Katie? Just a ballpark. Just a ballpark. I'm kidding, that's a joke. Welcome and thank you very much for coming. 50, how old did I say I was? 69 today. Thank you for paying attention, I appreciate that. 69 years old, and the last time I was here, here's another round of applause for the people at the New Hope Cinema Cafe for hosting us and setting things up. Last time I was here in Minnesota doing comedy was the January of 2020, okay? I left Tucson, Arizona, it was 71 degrees. I landed at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, it was 26 below zero. Right, and I didn't dress right, and I had to rent a car. and I had to schlep. That's a Jewish word too. We'll have an interpreter out here for those who don't know. I schlepped from one end of the airport to the other to get to the car rental place. Finally got out there. And has anybody ever rented a car from Minneapolis International Airport? I know a lot of you are locals. So it's tough. You go to the desk and they assign you a car, and there are different levels, and I always have to get the cheap cars. That's not a problem. You go out into this dark, dank parking lot, and you have to find the row that your car is in. And now it's too late to find it, so I left it there. So if any of you are out in the airport parking lot and you come across a nipple, probably mine. So actually, when we got here this time yesterday, my lovely wife and I went out into the same area, and I found it. I actually found it. It had not thawed out in 2 freaking years. I'm telling you, this is a cold place, but I'm happy to be here. And anyway, so being 69 years old, I think about this. It means that I grew up in the 50s. I came of age in the 60s. And a lot of you saw that too. Good. I'll admit this to you, some of you might know this, but I was a dope-smoking, hippie, radical party dude. That's my love child there. That's Sven Goldstein, one of the very few Norwegian Jews that are in this. And his lovely bride, Moonbeam. Anyway, I was a dope-smoking hippie in the 60s, which of course means now I'm a Republican, but that's a whole different story. Don't get your buttocks tightened up. I'm not. I'm a very open and liberal guy. But I did do drugs, a lot of drugs in the 60s. Anybody else? You got me? Because I could sure use some up here. How long have I been up here? Like an hour? This is a comedy show. And by the way, if I do this, international symbol for joking, you should laugh.
Okay.
Okay, whatever works, I don't care. But I was a dope-smoking hippie in the 60s, and I partied. I like to have fun. I'm still a party guy. My drug of choice has changed. It's now Metamucil. And I guess that would make me a party pooper. That's my sustained laughter when nothing else is happening in the room. Those flashbacks could be a little bit annoying from time to time. Get it? It's a poop joke. Marshall, your friend is looking at me funny. Are you hitting on me? She doesn't know. I still have a chance. That's good. Anyway, 69 years old, a lot of stuff starts to happen. My wife and I, my beautiful wife, Sherry, she's here and she doesn't want me to draw attention to her. She's that right there. She and I love my wife. She is the mother of most of my children, and you gotta love her. But she and I have been married 43 years. Today is our anniversary, and it's a big night for us. But we actually moved out to Tucson, Arizona, about 8 years ago. I think it was today that we moved. Anyway, we moved out there a long time ago, and we moved to a town called Oro Valley. Has anybody ever been to Oro Valley? Yeah, great place. I tell people I live in Oro Valley, and a lot of times they'll say, Oral Valley? I said, that's ridiculous. Actually, though, the town fathers wanted to name it Anal Valley, but that didn't work out at all. No, Oro Valley, it's a beautiful place. We live in a retirement community where everybody's older, but so active, and it's unbelievable. I love living there. It's like summer camp for seniors. I'm telling you this. They have every conceivable class in pottery and art. And I know I have some friends here who come out and visit, Pat and Renee. He's a great artist. Let's hear it for Pat. What the hell? I going to be up here an hour and a half or so, and so settle in. No, but he's a great artist, and they were just out to visit us. Okay, where did you learn to whisper, in a helicopter? Because I can hear you. That's no. Ordering stuff, which is what we want. But anyway, he came out to visit us and is actually going to come back next year to teach. Nothing funny about that, but I just wanted to share that with you. Anyway, so they have all these classes, and they have sports events. They have pickleball. Pickleball, people. It's amazing how big that's become in the last few years. I actually just recently joined a Jewish pickleball league. We're called the Dill Pickles. Oh, shit. I'll take I'll take any noise from you, that's fine. Okay. That's a new one. That's the last time I'll ever use that joke. But, and I'd like to welcome you all to my final performance in comedy. So, as I said, if this goes well, I'll keep doing it. No, but anyway, so yeah, they have classes. My wife and I, Sherry, remember her? She and I took dance classes. We learned every cool dance there is. We learned the waltz, and we learned the cha-cha. We learned the hip-hop replacement. That's a really cool dance. And, you know, as you get older, of course, you start to feel aches and pains, issues with your body. I have been dealing lately, I don't know why or how this came about, with halitosis. And I couldn't find any place anywhere that would help me. But I finally found a place right in Sun City. That's where we live. And it deals specifically with halitosis. It's called Bad Breath and Beyond. It's a great place. You guys ought to pick it up, you know, check it out. Do they have one here? Oh, man. Yeah, so anyway, going back to being old. You get old, things start to happen. You get fat. I've been on diets. I was on Jenny Craig for about an hour. She got pissed. Get off me, you fat bastard. You're sweating all over me. My wife Sherry put me on the science diet. What? What's funny about that? It's for dogs? Oh shit, no wonder. I didn't lose a single pound, but I pee outside every morning now. Saves me some time. I joined a gym, and it's a Jewish gym called U.S. Shame and Fitness. I don't know if you've seen that. Doing pretty well so far, you guys. So far, I have lost $1,500. I think that's a pretty good deal. Thank you. Okay, what else? Getting old, you know, like I say, you start to get fat, but I'm trying to work on that. I sit around a lot. Mark was talking about being a couch potato, and I am kind of too. I like to watch a lot of television. I like to watch the old shows that are on Nick at Night.
My TV, yep.
What about your TV? Okay, thanks for helping me out though. That's right, my TV. They have all these old shows and they're making movies out of a lot of them. I used to watch the Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch? I had such a crush on the cute one. What was the cute one's name? I was thinking Greg. I think he had a really nice butt. And the dog was Alice, right? I'm just... Oh, that's mean. I'm sorry, Alice. She's dead now. It doesn't matter. But no, I used to watch that. And then there's another show, and they made like a series of movies about it. The Three Hot Chicks. The Three Hot Chicks. This young lady right here. Do I know you guys? Are you just here because you wanted to get in out of the... Oh, you're here for Mark. Okay. So my joke was the Three Hot Chicks, and you're supposed to say Charlie's Angels. She said my punchline. That pisses me off when the audience is funnier than me. The punchline was, no, Golden Girls, okay? So I'm going to give you credit. The check will be in the mail on Monday. Okay. Are you related to Mark, or? Friends? Okay, I'm sorry. No, Mark's a great guy. I've been calling him Bob for about 6 years, so. And the two of you, or three of you, all Mark's friends?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why you didn't get handicapped parking tonight, buddy.
That's why you came, because you got handicapped parking? Are you the one that wished Mark to good luck by saying, break a leg, Mark? Are you the one that was me? Anyway, well, thank you for coming. And again, I appreciate it, and so do all the rest of the comments. So anyway, Sun City, Oro Valley, excuse me, and I love it there. I came kind of kicking and screaming because we actually came out to help take care of my wife's father, who was quite ill, and then later on her mom became ill, and we wound up buying the house right next door to my in-laws. If you told me that 43 years ago, I would have kicked your ass, but it turned out to be beautiful, and they were great to us, so that's fine. But and then all of a sudden COVID hit, and I'm talking about the TV stuff. I'll get to the COVID stuff in about an hour, okay? So all of a sudden COVID hit, and again, I forgot. You have to excuse me, I'm on heroin right now, and I just, sometimes it makes me forget. But going back to the TV show, so a lot of those, I like that. My daughter, who is 39 years old today, she's turned me on to some of the new stuff, the reality programming. She turned me on to it. There's a brand new, I don't know if you've seen it, a brand new, probably on ITV, a brand new show that features Kim Kardashian, called The Big Ass Theory. I don't know if you've seen that yet. Anyway, so, and they're making movies out of a lot of these. They made a movie, actually, remember Michael Landon? Michael Landon was a great actor, and he had great success in a lot of things. He's passed away several years ago. They're doing a remake of an old Michael Landon series. Obviously, they've replaced him with Justin Bieber, called Little Fairy on the Prairie. I don't know if you've seen that one. And there's a new reality program that just is going to come out. It's going to be streaming on one of the networks. And it stars sort of a faded old movie star from the 50s or whatever. Don't know who it is. They haven't said. But this woman is going to star in this series, and she's going to go through a sex change operation week by week. Every week, and take us through all that. And right now the working title is Dyke Van Dyke, and I don't know if that's going to work or not. Thank you. It's okay to laugh and not feel shame. It's all good. So there's that, the old stuff. Anyway, Charlie just got it. Oh, that's funny. That's just funny. Charlie, am I funny enough so I don't have to buy you a beer? All right, thank you. I've got some old high school buddies up front here. The lovely Marcia. Stand up, Marcia. I like to make people uncomfortable. And the beautiful and lovely Faith. Okay, don't stand up. Charlie, you stand up and make a fool of yourself. Come on. I knew he would. Charlie Bell and Gary Nelson, one of the funniest guys I know, funnier than me. And then this guy, and then these three people. Let's just go around the room. Introduce yourselves, where you're from. I got to kill time here. No, but again, I keep saying this, and I will continue to keep saying this. You guys are great, great group of people, friends of mine, and some not so much. Did you know that you can't get out of here without putting a contribution in the bucket? Oh, you did already? Yeah, liar. You Venmo. I've heard of that. What's Venmo? Is that a sexual thing, or? No, thank you very much. Let's see, where do I want to go from here? Oh, I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and a little bit more about Sun City in a minute. But I'm a Jewish fellow. The six of us. I think there's a back exit that we can take after the show. No, I'm a Jewish fellow. Grew up in North Minneapolis. again, you don't have to clap for that, but I was just taking a sip of heroin. And but anyway, I'm a Jewish fellow, and I grew up in a tough neighborhood. There were a lot of gangs on the north side. I belonged to a very tough Jewish gang, Bar Mitzvah Boys in the Hood. I don't know if you've heard of us. Well, we were tough. Believe me, we were tough. We used to do drive-by circumcisions. I don't know if you've heard of that. God, that was fun. No, we did. And afterwards, like good Jewish folks, go out to eat. Love great restaurants. And I haven't been here for a while, so I've forgotten where the great places were. I mean, I came in town and I wanted to go to the Lincoln Dell. Closed. So we did find this really cool, like a fusion restaurant. It's a Chinese Jewish restaurant. Sosumi, have you seen this place? So anyway, I did a lot of traveling as a comedian all through the Midwest and Las Vegas. I was in Las Vegas, wasn't I, Bill? My friend Bill Goldman there. They don't seem to like you, Bill. I'm sorry. Bill is one of my dearest friends, and he came out with Joel Levitman, who isn't here, so we're going to trash the son of a bitch, like you wouldn't believe. But Bill and I were there, and I got to play Las Vegas. And I don't know what my point is here. Excuse me. I'm going to take a 15-minute break. You just break up into little discussion groups. And I think about that. Anyway, traveling around. I was in Iowa a lot. That's where my lovely wife, Sherry, is from, a little town in Iowa. And they have these, not fast food, but like gas stations that sell sandwiches and stuff. There's a place called
Come and go.
Come and Go. Again, you're fucking up all my jokes. The Come and Go. I thought it was a sperm bank when I first went in there. I ordered a Slurpee. They arrested me. I don't know what the deal is. Thank you, though. That was a good setup. You and I should work together. Or sleep together. Whatever works out for us. Nice. Yeah, the Come and Go. There's a place here in Minneapolis that I found last time I was here, and it was called the Rusty Taco. Have you been there? Rusty Taco. I thought that was a gynecologist's office or something. Turns out that it's a taco place. With every taco, you get a free pelvic exam. So. Just throw that up. That's fine. Not to you, but it is to me. Some of them are just for me. No. Anyway, so yeah, doing the restaurant thing. Jewish folks like to go out to eat. By the way, so now I'm getting back to living in Sun City. Great place. I came out there kicking and screaming, but I love it. It is just a beautiful place. And then, we've been there like almost 8 years, and then COVID hit a couple years ago. Did you hear about that? That's and man, it changed things. But see, here's the deal, people, and all of you. How many of you are tried and true Minnesotans who live here full time and never complain about the cold? That's what we do. A day like today, it was about 50 degrees. And when I was living here, if it was 50 degrees, I would be shirtless. But not anymore. I mean, it is cold and nippy and windy and all of that. But when we finally moved out there, the weather is beautiful. And then, COVID hit, and you guys had to be inside, and I thank you for that, keeping everybody else and yourself safe. We did that too. But because we live in this community where there are some amazing people, our neighbors and friends, we would get together, even in the beginning, in the middle of this terrible thing that happened to us, and we meet in one another's driveways, and just 10 of us. That was what the rule was, right? 10 people. We meet in one another's driveways. We bring our own chairs over to the neighbor's house, and we put them in a circle 6 feet apart. and we smoked crack. And that was really so much fun. Which of course is ridiculous. I would never schlep my own chair, for Christ's sake. It's too heavy. And I was as careful as I could be. I got tested regularly. The last time I got tested, it's been quite a while. I tried a different test. I tried the cheek swab. Anybody ever do the cheek swab? You did back there? Let me ask you a question. The next day, was your ass really sore? Because mine... getting tested, and then of course the vaccines that came out, and I got the vaccine, but I waited. I didn't want to do Moderna. I didn't want to do what's the other one? Pfizer. I waited for the one that I heard was a really good one. I waited for the company, for Kotex company to come out with theirs. And okay, I think there's a punchline there, but I'm not going to try it. You guys are tough. It had something to do with my butt. And it was good when I wrote it in the bathtub. It was fun. Anyway, those of us that are older, whatever, we need to kind of keep up with the youngsters. We got some young folks here. You guys, and I've enjoyed talking to you. You want to get a beer after? But I've enjoyed talking to you. And let me ask you something. Are you on Instagram? Okay, I'm on Mammogram, and I think we should connect. And I'm sure you have a computer, an iPad. You got an iPad? I just recently got an iPad, the big one, the Maxi Pad. I don't know if that's marked up here, but so there's that. I don't know. And oh my, I'm just thinking about stuff, randomly thinking. Again, I want to thank our other comedians. I recently did a show in Gilbert, Arizona, and the MC introduced me as this really old guy who dresses like a 14-year-old skater girl. That pissed me off. I threw my skateboard at him and walked off the stage. All right, what's next? Oh, this might shock and amaze you. This isn't my real job, and I know a lot of you do know. But I usually like to ask the crowd to guess, and if you know, maybe hold off, maybe somebody would like to try to guess what I did or do for a living. All right, good answer. Huh? I'm relying on you to be funny, so what do you got? Nobody wants to guess.
Stripper.
Car salesman. What was the other one?
Stripper.
Stripper? Well, funny you should mention that. Biggest laugh of the frickin' evening. And I was recently doing a show. I still do quite a few throughout the year, not as many as I used to. And I was in a club, an actual comedy club, that, and so I asked the crowd to guess, and there was a guy way in the back. He was really, really, really drunk. And I said, guess what I do? And he goes, you're a...
gynecologist.
Mom? Let me finish this one. If it doesn't work out, you can come up here and finish the rest of the set. No, but he says, and you were close. He goes, I know what you do. And it took him about 3 minutes just to stand. I know what you do. You're proctologist. And I said, is that what you do, sir? He says, not professionally. Just does it for fun. I don't know. I didn't turn my back on the son of a bitch the rest of the night, but we might have a date Sunday, so I got to give him a call. And then after the show, he came up to me and apologized. I'm really sorry. He says, kept saying this over and over. I like beer. I really like beer. I'm sorry, man. I like beer. And he just said that over and over, I like beer. And that man turned out to be Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Okay, so I am, somebody say it for me. I like to get people involved. What do I do? What did I do?
English teacher.
English teacher. I've got some former students there. This is a long-time from way back when, and this is their detention that they owed me. Friends Chris and Bob. No, not Bob. This is Doug. Great guys. And he had actually we reconnected at our Hair Club for Men meeting a couple of months ago. And then afterwards we get together for mixed drinks. I like the Rogaine with minoxidil. That's a good one. Anyway, so yeah, I was a high school English and speech teacher. No talking. In Blaine. Are you from there? I'll talk slower. No, Blaine is an old Indian word for trailer court. I don't know if you knew that. Attention, Kmart shoppers, was last year's prom theme. I'll give you an idea. We had the last year that I taught there, and I retired 13 years ago tonight. I retired, but the last year that I taught there, we had a big homecoming slogan writing contest, and the winning entry was a very inspirational, "Hey, let's beat them guys." It's fucking A. And the guy that spelled the last two words, but we gave him credit because he's captain of our state championship pull tab team. So, you know, I love teaching there. I love teaching, and I taught for 34 years. Okay. I started out, my wife and I started out teaching in Tupelo, Mississippi. And it was okay. They learn things a little differently in the South. In first grade, what do you learn, you guys? ABCs and how to read, exactly. And my wife taught first grade, I was teaching high school, and in Blaine, in first grade, they learned how to reload. But that's a whole different thing. No, but so, my wife taught the alphabet. It was just taught a little differently. I'm going to try something. I'm a Jewish fella, not good with the tools. All right, this is how it went they learned the alphabet in Tupelo. You can hear me? That sound familiar to you? Join in with me if you feel like it. I'm a funny guy, I'm not a pianist. There is a beautiful, wonderful musician in the audience, a couple of them, and I don't mean to, make them feel bad, but Arnie Fogel, who is a professional musician, and he's here tonight. I'm auditioning for his band. And then Chris Schutte, one of my students, is also a terrific musician. And if you want to plug shows that you're having, don't. No, you can, and feel free. But anyway, so here's the alphabet from Mississippi. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, 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 L, M, N, O. One now. I wrote a song because my wife and I, it's our anniversary here. Yeah, thank you. I wrote a song for her. Actually, it's a poem, but I put it to, well, this isn't exactly music, but put it to music. Roses are red, violets are blue. What's for supper? No, there's more. I hope it's not stew, because Jews don't like stew. There it is, folks. I'll go use the stairs on the other side.
Sometimes.
No, thank you for indulging me. I think I'm almost done. How long have I been up here? A couple hours now? What time is it, you guys?
11.
Past your freaking bedtime. Get out of here. Or you need to be back for the bed count from your parole officer? Is that? Anyway. So yeah, so I taught there. Then Sherry and I moved up to Moorhead, Minnesota, and I taught there for a year. Moorhead, it sounds like a question, doesn't it? Moorhead, dear, nothing's on fire. I don't know. And the nickname of the Moorhead high school team was the Spuds, named after a food group. And I think their class motto when I was there was, "Eat me." I don't know if that's still allowed. There's some jokes I need to cross out. Then I came down to Blaine, and I taught there for 33 years. Before that, I got fired from every job I've ever had. I was a bouncer. That usually gets a bigger laugh. I was at Chuck E. Cheese. I was the keeper of the balls. Get your skinny little ass out of those balls. You're not. They fired me. Then I worked for Xerox. They fired me for copying. I don't understand that. You know what you're supposed to do? You don't have to duck down. You're doing a good job. But you don't have to duck down. Let's make sure you tip your wait staff. My good friend, what's your name?
Barbara.
Barbara?
Barbara.
My good friend Barbara, tip her. Just give her a push. Tip her over, right over there. She likes that. Okay, so what else can I share? All right, so talk a little bit about kids. I'm going to finish fairly soon, which is great for me. But how many of you have kids? Applause. How many of you have kids by adoption? Just again, that was for me. I have. So let's go to this next row. So we got. There's two people I don't know, aren't you? This beautiful young lady, and do I know you? Are you awake? I'm talking to.
Me?
Do I know you guys?
Tiffany.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Tiffany, my old girlfriend. Nice. I do know them. So and since we're all friends, this is Tiffany and her husband. Tiffany was our teacher. She works, and she's got a big job with Lifetime Fitness right down the road here. And she taught cycling classes, and see what it did for us? Anyway, I'm sorry, I mean, I can't see you very well, but, and I don't know why I'm talking to you. What was I talking about? Seriously.
About kids.
Huh?
About
kids. So you guys have kids, I know you do, and now they're like grown up, they're like older than you are, I think, at this point. So, Tiffany, let me ask you guys a question. Has this ever happened to you? You're in the middle of sex. Have you ever gotten all the way to the middle? I understand it's really hard. In the middle of sex and your kid walks in, did that ever happen where your kid walks in? Are you going to answer me?
Go ahead.
You locked the door. Okay. But it did happen to me when my kids were much younger. Now I've got grandkids, and it happened to me with my grandson, who's 7 years old. And we happened to they were at our place, and we happened to get a little frisky. And he walks into our room, he couldn't sleep. You know, he calls me Popsicle, and he calls Sherry Bubsy. Cute name, Bubby Sherry. Anyway, he comes in, he goes, Popsicle. And I look back, he says, what are you doing? What do you say when a 7-year-old has caught you in something that I hadn't done in about 30 years anyway? And I turned to him, the first thing I thought of was, Max, I lost something in your grandma. I'm just looking for it. Go downstairs, get me a flashlight. He looks at me, he's a smart little one. He goes, oh, you're having sex, aren't you, Dad? Then he goes, where's Mom? Get it? Oh, shit. Long way for that, but thank you. I have 3 daughters. Again, suspend belief. Lovely daughters. My wife, as you know, happens to be, which surprised a lot of people, happens to be a woman. And my mother-in-law lived with us for a number of years back in the day. 5 women. And my 2 dogs were bitches, so they fit right in. I mean, it was really, really hard to kind of get privacy 5 women and me. There were about 35 personalities in those 5 women. I never knew who I was going to wake up with. This morning I woke up with Charlie right here, and that was kind of bizarre. And by the way, I don't know if, I know. Was it good for you, Charlie? Charlie, actually, we have celebrities in the crowd, a real celebrity. Charlie is an international clothes model for Fleet Farm. Stand up, Charlie. This is the Fleet Farm guy. Come on. You are, you know. I love it when they actually do stand up. Yeah, I'm a big dork. Look at me. Look at me do this. Hey, this feels pretty good. Look at me do this. Hey, this feels even better. I tell you what, let's all do this. I'll do yours, you do mine. Come on! So, I went out and got myself a part-time job. I'm gonna wait and tell you the rest of that in a minute, but I want to take a moment to thank you again for coming here and those donating what we can. My brother was my best friend, and really the funniest Rutman boy in the family. I miss him every day. His beautiful daughter Marnie is here, and she's letting us stay at her house. She doesn't know that we're staying there, but she does. And Brent, her husband, he's the most gentle curmudgeon I've ever met. He's like Larry David on steroids. And, but anyway, they're great. And, so thank you all. And I want to ask, this is something that I like to ask at shows. Are there any veterans here, military veterans?
No.
You're a veteran? Oh, my good friend Pat, the artist. And Pat is a true military veteran. Doesn't like to talk about it, but Pat, you were deployed in Vietnam back in the day, correct? It's okay if I tell people that? Yeah. That's an American hero and patriot right there. Thank you for your service. I myself am also a Vietnam era vet. I was stationed in Canada during that war. See, that's where cowards went. I didn't know the war was over until last Thursday, so no, I was in the Navy. Well, does a Village People cover band count? Anyway, but I wanted to thank people for that. Okay, so I got that done, and I've been on the road doing comedy for 36 years. Well, you're supposed to say today. I might as well use that until it's worn out. I've been on the road for many, many years, and for 20 of those years, I've had an opening act. A good friend of mine happens to be what we now call a little person. He also happens to be from Mexico. So this is a little person who has to deal with the slings and arrows of people, and now as a Mexican, there's a lot of negativity about that, but he's done it with just strength and courage and all that stuff. And recently, a few weeks ago, my friend, and we call him Chico, he recently revealed that he's also gay. I didn't know that. It doesn't matter one way or the other to me. But he told us, he let us know that he was gay. We didn't know it until like 2 weeks ago when Chico came out of the cupboard and became... So anyway, all right, I'm going to just finish up and thank you guys. Oh, well, I was talking about the comedy and touring all over. Have anybody been to Canada recently or over? Of course, Canada's, man, since 9/11, the going through customs and being searched is unbelievable. I went up there for a comedy gig up in Ontario, right across the Minnesota border, and man, I had like a 3-hour search. 3 hours. And if you've been there recently, anybody, let me ask you this. When you got searched, did they give you a colonoscopy? I'm just wondering. Come on, I have a clean bill of health. And I recently got I had to go in and get that checked, but I wasn't in terrible shape. I only got, this is just for Chris Schutte. I didn't get the whole thing. I got a semi-colonoscopy. Thank you. Okay, like I said, I had 3 kids, and they're all grown up, so they're out of the house. I got grandkids now. But when they were younger, and back here in Minneapolis, I live not far from here, I went out and got a part-time job just to get out of the house for a while. And there is a Kotex factory across the street from where I live, I swear to you. And I got a job there. When we moved to Arizona, I took up right where I left off. There's a place out there, and they hired me. And recently, I've been doing this now for a few months. Recently, I'm very proud of this. I was employee at that time of the month. How about that? Thank you. Anybody looking for work? I'm going back Monday. I will pull a few strings. I can get you a job, Gary. No, I'm not kidding. I will put in a plug for you. I'd be happy to do that. Okay, I think that's all. So thank you all for coming out. I really do appreciate it. And this one, my hero, my brother, he ain't heavy. He's my brother, always will be. Thank you, guys. I consider that a standing ovation. So.